would appear that Meghan Markle's determined to become a billionairess. Oh yes, I kid you not. But apparently this particular hiccup, as ever, is not Meghan's fault. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you're having a pleasant day, whatever you're doing. Yes, I'm talking to you. You're all right, just nod if you are. But try and keep awake at least. You know, we're outside a beautiful Corinthia hotel today, in the very heart of London. This is now, it's one of those hotels, you know, have you noticed this? Where every hotel has like a moment, doesn't it? But they're the mainstayers, aren't they? You know, the ones that sort of mean, you know, the Savoys, the Dorchesters, the Grosvenor House. Corinthia sort of refurbished, came back up, you know, the sort of thing. Still looks great. Lots of celebrities stay here. Yes, Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Tom Cruise, they all stay in this one, including foreign heads and states and royals and stuff. That's because it's quite close to Buckingham Palace. Nice place, as ever, if you can afford it, chums, do you know what I'm saying? But, as ever, let's get back to your royal story of the day. We haven't had a wave, have we? Tell me off, I'm not sure. We'll have a wave, there's a bus coming. Don't worry, it looks like it's coming for you. It's not, I know. People tell me off, but it's not that close, honestly, he says. No, but it's not. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. Now, while Meghan Markle's been busy, well, letting you know what she's been busy doing, you know, the sort of thing, chums, by literally, well, making that board, you know, the sort of board thing, and with the flour and the eggs on. Weird do that, wasn't it? I don't know what it was supposed to sell, but, you know, this is exactly what these people do. And of course, you know, a lot of people are very critical about Meghan's output on social media, Instagram, saying it's like 10 years out of date. I honestly couldn't comment. I do think the sort of pictures and the videos with the music gets a little bit tedious from time to time. It'd be kind of good if she spoke to camera and told us why she was selling certain things, do you know what I mean? But here's where it gets interesting, because as we know, in a couple of weeks' time, well, a few days' time in fact now, this is going to be hitting the shelves. The sparkling rosé, whatever you want to call it, from Meghan Markle. And what I find fascinating is the speed that she's been able to turn this around. As I said, a good friend of mine, the pop international superstar, Kylie Minogue, worked at this for years, as did also another fellow pop star, Sir Cliff Richard. It's not something you can just come up with overnight, but seemingly Meghan has superpowers. Now here's where it gets interesting, because when I placed a call to her new team, you know, the new team that apparently are known as disruptors, they will do anything to get the publicity that's required, you get the picture. Well, apparently, you know, it wasn't Meghan's idea. She had no idea that the launch date, you know, the launch date that just coincides with the late and beautiful Princess Diana's birthday. No, it's been in the book for ages. And apparently this is the best time to launch a summer wine. Hence the reason they had to go with it. I mean, really, you know, you couldn't get any more crass, could you? Could you not just move it one day forward or maybe one day back? Either way, clearly they're not going to be shifting. What a lot of people don't realise, though, is this, that according to a very well-placed source, Meghan and her team are very interested in seeing whether they could get a particular retail brand over here on board to stock it. Now, Kylie Minogue is stocked in various retail outlets and sells at a competitively sort of, you know, non-expensive rate. You know, you could afford to buy Kylie's wine without breaking the bank. Meghan is looking for a similar deal. She'd ideally like somewhere like Fortnum & Mason's, somewhere like that, at a pinch, Marks and Spencer's. But apparently the cheaper supermarket end, and as ever I have to say allegedly, Aldi and Lidl over here have shown interest. Now she might want to take this on board because they shift a lot of wine, no two ways about it. They take a lot of the market share. But of course Meghan's ego, some might suggest, might not be exactly up for the discounted range. But either way, she's hoping at the launch date at the same time, of course, of her late mother-in-law's birthday. Well, clearly, you know, this is going to be, well, a super success. And as she pointed out on that video, if you remember, the docuseries for Netflix, when she said, according to Harry, that when he looked back, there she was at the grave of the late Princess Diana, thrusting her arms out, just asking for guidance. Perhaps she's been asking the same thing regarding a wine range. Either way, it looks crass all round. And I go back to you and say, even if this was in the discounted range of Lidl or Aldi, really, do you think it's going to be a success? I genuinely wish her well, because it's a crowded marketplace and you've not built the groundwork to make this a success. But as ever with Meghan, she feels that her name alone will have people clinking glasses and saying cheers. Will you? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.